Hey y'all, it's Kara
And Brett.
with Goat For It Farm, and we had to make some quick work because of a few different things happening on the farm,
Quick.
and we're excited to share them with you. So join us, and yes, it is almost dark, so we're gonna have to hurry. So we're chilling over here by the buck pen, and coming off of the buck pen, if you watched the last video, you knew we were going to expand our fencing, mainly pertaining to the fencing around the house to keep the goats safe and away from our vehicles, and just gives another layer to keep them from escaping. I know our little well shed looks sad, but it did get knocked over in a storm, and well,
It got
it's
knocked
doing the
over
best it can.
and the door got pushed inside where it's not supposed to be, so I gotta take that door off sometime and reposition it.
That'll be something. So yesterday we started over here, and we went all the way up from the corner of the buck pen to the property line up there, which also encloses that shed that's at the top of the hill. And I'm so excited that we'll be able to actually stay in that shed. And there's some other work we need to do over there that we won't have the goats bothering us for. So that's going to be amazing.
Woot.
I know Brett also has some like exciting plans and stuff too.
This will not be the permanent fixture here. There will be probably a 12-foot gate here
Yeah.
in the near future because we use this pathway quite often, as you can see.
Yeah, this is our favorite pathway to take to my parents' place, which is like just up the hill. And the goats love grazing over here too. But we first just wanted to keep it to where the goats couldn't get near the vehicles and stuff, because we did just get some trucks recently, and the goats love going under there.
Can't mess up the trucks.
Yeah.
Can't mess up bird feeders. Can't
Well,
mess up
and
garden.
I was so nervous that something would happen to the poor baby goats or even the big goats because, well, um, here's a story for you. Our huge Nubian goat Tootsie, like she's enormous. She's the one with the floppy ears. She's got a brown coat. I'll put a picture over here. She, one time over at my parents' place, was underneath one of the cars, and they didn't know it. Usually the goats move, but she didn't. And someone started up the car and ran Tootsie clear over, like completely ran over her. And miraculously, Tootsie just got up and walked away. No broken bones. Obviously, she was sore, but I mean, just we got extremely lucky with that. That was a while ago. That was
That's been
probably like
years.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
But that has always like haunted me as like something that could happen so easily, so very easily. Obviously, no one here would try to do something like that. And we try to look, but it only takes one time of not checking or them getting under there after you check. And so I think it's worth it to have a fence to keep them away from the vehicles, and just adds one extra protection for them and for the vehicles themselves. While Brett wraps up the rest of that string that we were using, and we always use string or yarn to help mark off where we're going to lay the fence at. When it's windy, it is absolutely no help at all. But once the wind dies down, it gives a pretty clear line for where we're going to put our fences at. And, well, it's always worked pretty well for us, I'd say. But coming along here, you're going to see the rest of the fence that we got done today. My dad came over and helped us with it, which I super appreciate. Anytime we have a project, the more the merrier, usually. But coming along here, you can see, I'll show you real quick, I added those hog panels. I got 10 hog panels, and I added them all along this little pin here. So I have a few here, and it goes all the way around this little pen. And that's because the little bucklings, probably this weekend, if not sooner, are going to start integrating into the buck pen, which is sad for me because I love them and I want to pet them. But it'll be good to get them on over here as they are very close to breeding ability, which is crazy, but true. They mature so very quickly. And so they'll get to come over here with big old confetti. They'll have a fence between them though, so that the bucks can get to know them and smell them and learn that they are not ladies. Cash will be a good little friend for them. He's such a tiny little guy. And Silver, he's a pretty small little buck too. But even though Confetti's big, I would say all the bucks really do get along, and I am thankful they have good demeanors. Man, Scout is drinking a lot of water over there. And he will soon be able to, well, I mean, I guess technically he could tonight. We could let him out to be in the front yard tonight because now it is all completely fenced off. So if we look over here, hopefully you can see it. I know it is getting dark, but we were working so hard out here and I wanted to get it done before we lost all light. But we got it fenced in, and we'll probably add some gates over here too. Just the gates. If you ever bought any of those gates that keep the goats in, they are expensive. But they're worth it. They're good gates to have, so we'll probably get some eventually to make things easier to get in and out of. But we went all the way from here, all the way to the back of the doe pen. And then from the other side of the doe pen, we ended up connecting to our property line on this side, where we will also almost definitely have a gate. So let's see if we can catch the little bucklings in the pen acting crazy, so you can see how bucky they are being. They have really been something else because I think we have like 5 does in heat right now. It's something ridiculous. So let's wait for Brett to come down here and we can talk about what we've seen them doing. Brett's rejoining me from his string gathering adventure.
Yep, got a pocket full.
So as we head over here, I know you saw something pretty exciting. What want to share?
I think the last time there were 6 turkey eggs, and now there are 8 turkey eggs.
Yeah.
She's been roosting a lot on them as well. I saw her come out for some water and food today, thankfully, but other than that, she's been sitting on them eggs.
Yeah, that's a really good sign because she had not been sitting on them like at all. And then yesterday and today, she has spent almost all of her time on them.
She's on them right now.
And the fact that there's 8 of them, there would have been 9, but one of them busted and I got it out of there. But to have 8 in there right now is really cool. And we shouldn't have any more freezes. And so I'm kind of optimistic. I think we might actually... Fingers crossed.
Please.
You can put your predictions now. Will we have any turkeys actually hatch?
Did Featherington do the job?
Featherington sure tries his best. He really does.
Constantly. Consistency, too. Man. Wants that bottle.
Here he is. Can you tell which one this one is at night? He actually has developed some moon spots, which are just some irregular little spots that are a different color than white, and they can't be on white. That is Baker. And then Boots is in here. They're ready for their evening bottles, which we'll get them in just a moment. Like I said, we're running behind, but we got a lot done today, and I'm so very thankful. Hello, other babies. All the babies are by you, Phoebe. You're being so sweet. She's a sweet mom to her babies.
So sweet.
She puts up with a lot from her babies, though, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
She does not like to be milked by us, but her babies, Mona and Mia there, goodness, they can do whatever to her udder, and she will just take it. She is something else for them. Well, y'all aren't going to act crazy right now, are you?
Nope.
I guess the does are being quiet now. But like we don't have time for any of that. Another thing too that we're considering, and we'll probably do when we move the little bucklings over there, is Franklin. He is trying his absolute best to stay with the herd, but sometimes in all the brush out there, he does fall over. And one of the sides, if he falls on that side, it is incredibly difficult for him to get up.
Yeah.
And like today when I got home, Brett was like out in the field looking for Franklin, and it was so windy that we were calling for him and we couldn't hear him like calling back to us. And that was a really scary moment. So I think we might just keep him up in a pen with the little boys. That way he can really gain his strength.
He just
And
doesn't have the balance to.
yeah,
Sometimes he'll get going, and then other times he'll be stumbling around like he just
yeah.
got home from a late night.
Yeah, I mean, it's like he's had to really like relearn walking, and I think
There he
he had
goes.
goat polio. I'm gonna show him to you. He's walking right over
He's
there.
gonna stop.
He's on the move, but he kind of hobbles around, and I just think it's just a bit too dangerous to let him roam out in such heavy brush.
Especially when we're both gone.
Right. When we're here and can observe him, that's a different story, but he's still working on healing, and I want to give him that time and rest and recovery that he needs, even though he might not want it. He needs it. And he'll have the two little boys that won't bother him. Even some of the other herd mates, they've been kind of mean to him. I think they kind of like thought like he was a goner, and didn't expect him to recover, which is crazy. But I mean, nature. If it was left up to nature, that would be how it was. But I've seen them knock him over so many times, and then the herd will just walk away. And I'm like, okay, yeah, yep, nature can be cruel. Even your own herd, you can't trust sometimes, right?
At least his sister's nice to him.
His sister is so nice to him. I'm very thankful for that. His little twin sister.
He's the only one. He's nice. She's nice too.
Yeah. So that's just an update of tonight, what we've had going on the past few days, working on continuing safety and safety protocols around here and healing and new life with the little baby turkeys, hopefully. And the baby chicks are due in just 10 days.
And Dottie.
And
Coming
Dottie is due
like
April
weeks.
10th, so not
3
long
weeks.
at all. Yeah, like 3 weeks. Oh my gosh. So stay tuned, y'all, and don't forget, if you have a dream, go for it. Bye, y'all.